The promised land in the United States. Migrants file from Central America, traversing Mexico's drug cartel-controlled countryside, and yet despite the dangers, perhaps because of them, their faith in God strengthens on the road. I'm Will Grant, and on Heart and Soul, I'll be travelling north with the migrants. Part 1 of Through the Valley of Death, after the BBC World Service News.
BBC News with David Austin. The King of the Belgians, Albert, has stepped down in favour of his son, Crown Prince Philippe, after 20 years on the throne. At an emotional ceremony in Brussels, the King thanked his wife for her constant support, paid tribute to his son, and then signed the abdication papers ending his reign. Elections are taking place to the upper house of the Japanese Parliament, in which voters are expected to return control of the chamber to the governing Liberal Democratic Party. Victory would help the Prime Minister, Shinzo Abe, push through difficult economic reforms. A Tibetan monk has died after setting himself on fire in an apparent protest against Chinese rule in Tibetan areas. More than 100 Tibetans have carried out this form of protest over the last 4 years. Legal experts selected by Egypt's interim president meet today to start work on amending the country's constitution, which was written largely by Islamists from Mr. Morsi's Muslim Brotherhood. The team has 30 days to draft the amendments. The former Pakistani Foreign Minister Sartaj Aziz is visiting Afghanistan today in a diplomatic push to improve relations between the two countries. At least 17 Colombian soldiers have been killed in an ambush in the east of the country, close to the border with Venezuela. It's not yet clear whether the soldiers were attacked by rebels belonging to the FARC or the ELN. An earthquake of at least 6.5 magnitude has hit the capital of New Zealand, Wellington. There are reports of some structural damage and power cuts, but no reports of injury. 2 American fighter jets have dropped inert bombs at the Great Barrier Reef off the coast of Australia during a training exercise that went wrong. US officials say they tried to minimize the damage to the coral. And the British cyclist Chris Froome is set to win the 100th Tour de France later today, the second successive British winner of the race following Sir Bradley Wiggins a year ago. BBC News.
It's a multi-billion-dollar trade run by South America's biggest criminal gangs. In the first of a 2-part series for Heart and Soul now, Will Grant follows the people trafficking route through Mexico, and here's how